running out for him. With yellow flags again. Oh,
No way! I cannot believe it!
Oh, it's got time.
Other contact!
Everyone is fighting here. It's almost for white going into the hairpin.
Goes over to the left as well.
Yeah.
Going down the inside, goes takes it to turn one. Oh, that was close there.
God, is this a fantastic race! Lost a bit of tire grip here. Man, it's back in 3 seconds! Raw
Gets
time.
it
And with that, hello everyone and welcome back to Global Spec Racing. We are live for round 10 of season 15, and tonight we head to the high altitude of Mexico, a circuit that always delivers drama, strategy and unpredictability. After fascinating race in the United States, the championship picture is starting to take real shape. McLaren continue to lead the team's championship with 190 points, but Sauber are right there, only 16 points behind, and they've shown race winning pace more than once this season. In the driver standings, Overdrive still sits on top, but the pressure is mounting. Speed Demon remains firmly in the title fight, and with Mexico being a track where tire management and consistency matters more than raw pace, tonight could be a major turn-up point in the championship, maybe. And last time out we saw Aaron Gibble taking a brilliant victory in the USA for Williams, while Sauber secured a strong double podium. Results like that show how open the season really is, and yeah, how quickly momentum can swing. But looking at the track we're in today, Mexico brings its own challenges: thin air, reduced downforce, overheating tires, and yeah, zero margin for errors as well. I mean, one small mistake here can cost you a position you'll never get back. So the big question tonight is simple: will McLaren extend their championship lead? Can Sauber close the gap even further, or do we have another surprise waiting for us under the Mexican sky? My name is Soren. I'll be your commentator as usual, but alongside me is obviously Matt, and together we'll guide you through all the action. So yeah, buckle up, get comfortable, and enjoy this 10th round of GSR Season 15, because Mexico never disappoints. And yeah, with that, Matt, welcome to the stream here, and let's hear from you. This championship battle is getting tighter every race. What are your expectations for Mexico tonight?
Finally, I can speak.
Sorry, I was really in it.
You got really into it, lol. It feels like every race on our hands right now is a championship turning point, basically, as we're getting closer and closer to the end, and neither Speed Demon and Overdrive will give it up too easily, as 8 points separate them, as you mentioned. And yeah, it could be quite an interesting race, especially at the start with the big, very wide, long straight coming into the first couple of corners, as one of our top leading drivers so far in qualifying, Mafio, one of our newcomers as well, racing here for Aston Martin today, spins it round coming out of the S section, but saves it very nicely just to get out and not hit the wall. Observing right now, we have Overdrive, still the championship leader, still unbeaten. Small corner, spins it into the pit lane, right on the pit lane entry. from the last turn. So a lot of chaos happening, a lot of drivers just trying to feel out this circuit. Very high altitudes don't help the tire wear, as you mentioned as well. So we'll see how they will manage, what the strategy will be as we get closer and closer to the end of this qualifying session.
Yeah, obviously this could be a really big race also for the championship, because we're not just getting closer and closer to the end of qualifying, but we're also getting closer and closer sorry, to the end of the season, which, to be honest, I didn't quite realize up until last race, actually, in Kota, really, that we're this close to the end of the season already. I mean, this season just flew by like nothing, really. We already had so many races and so many memorable moments. So yeah, let's hope we have another good one here, and who knows, maybe this could be a really turning point in the title fight, basically, as we see GSR, also one of our new drivers in tonight, invalidate in one of the last corners. Unfortunate for him. And I think at this moment, since we have a lot of guys on the outlaps or in the pits, Matt, do you want to go over the driver standings, maybe?
Yes, very quickly, if we could here. As I mentioned, 8 points separate our championship contenders. Mad Max Trixie is not racing today, actually, so another race missed for him. It looked like an interesting championship challenge right from the get-go, as winning his first 2 races, but now he's fallen far back with some missed races here. He's 53 points away. Then behind him is Vapor, who also will not continue racing. Well, not also, but will not continue racing. And Laza as well. Both of them resigned from the seasons due to different reasonings. Aaron Gibbo, with his win, jumps up into P6 and will try to challenge, perhaps maybe even for P3. Trixie, he might be on for that if he continues his good form. And then we have Kuro, Small Connor, Hitman, and Aid rounding off top 10. As we go on to the constructor standings, the gap between the two teams have closed down now with 2 amazing races from Zauber and well, from Speed Demon and his teammates, basically, because I think one of them was the full-time driver who also recently resigned, was Nick, AC30, and one of those races was obviously Small Connor's podium in Monza. So the gap is 16 points. Then we have Alpine drifting away, far away, and now fighting with Haas perhaps for that final podium positions. Maybe Williams could get into that with Aaron Gibbo's great form coming the end of the season since he joined. Red Bull holds on to P6 with Racing Bulls and Ferrari very close behind. Very good midfield battle sparked by obviously OWR Assassin and 8GT fighting for their own teams, Red Bull and Ferrari respectively. And then we have Aston Martin and Mercedes rounding off our top 10. And just before our final laps are completed, I just want to mention that also Funny Wave Band, S. Jerry, Burl, and more leader are newcomers today, are new drivers, mostly reserving, but perhaps they might become a full-time force coming towards the next season, maybe even.
Yeah, let's see how they will do in this race now, first of all. But yeah, I know a couple of those names, so good to see them here in GSR as well. So hopefully they have a good one here as we come now to the end of qualifying. So people will finish the lap. Aaron invalidated his one. He was a little bit quicker, but now he doesn't have any ERS left. Yeah, so Aaron Gibbo, no improvement then for him. Then we've got Speed Demon coming around the final corner. Our qualifying merchant so far this season, 1 minute 14.1. Speed Demon currently on provisional pole. His teammate Gary just crossing the line now. He stays in P12 for now. Might drop a couple of positions as we get Connor then coming for the final corner now.
and we'll see how he exits. This exit is very tricky, as we've discovered. Small Connor earlier spun around, but now he improves. He improves up to the top 4. Overdrive resigns from his lap as he invalidated. More leader is on a lap. Kuro is on a good lap, but oh, it's a good lap from Kuro. It's a P4. It's a great result for McLaren so far, actually. Great one from Kuro. 8 finishes qualifying in P8. Burl now is on his out lap. No, he improves. He improves up to P9. More leader also finished his lap. Mario, I don't know how to read that. Also, they all finish up. Gary goes up to P12, so not too well compared to recent teammates of Speed Demon, as they all now round up the qualifying, and it's Speed Demon once again taking the pole position by almost 3 times, and even Aaron's improvement at the end with his invalidated lap wouldn't have been enough to beat the king of qualifying this season. Speed Demon with another pole position here.
Yeah, I mean, I said it a couple of times already in the season. At least I think so, but it is, once again, it is impressive what Speed Demon is achieving in qualifying sessions. Like, consistency, getting pole after pole after pole, with just a couple of races where he didn't take pole. It is just impressive, I've gotta say. Unfortunately for him, his luck in the race wasn't quite there this season, so yeah, hopefully it could turn around once again, because he really deserves to be up there in the title fight. But yeah, pole once again. At a track like Mexico, maybe not something you really want to have, because it's a very long way down towards turn 1. I would say pole sitter would often lose pole the first position heading into the first couple of corners. I'm not too sure about the statistics there, but yeah.
But we also know that Speed Demon is not too good with his race starts, because as we remind ourselves with the story of the season, obviously a lot of swings back and forth, and now Speed Demon is within it again. But from what I remember, he lost the lead in Shanghai. I don't remember. Bahrain, he did to Lucas Rasmussen. I know he lost the lead in last round in Kota, starting from pole, of course, those two. And I think even Great Britain, Aaron Gibbo jumped him, and that's how Aaron Gibbo won on track. But then obviously he lost it due to a post-race penalty. So Speed Demon is not known for his good start. So pole position doesn't guarantee anything. And one of the races he didn't get that pole. He did manage to get a win. So we don't know. The curse might still be strong. The curse might be real, but he's still fighting it off well. As we mentioned countless times now, 8 points behind Overdrive, and anything can happen here. And we might have a new championship leader actually also.
Yeah, maybe let's find out now as the drivers head off into the formation lap. Alright then, let's see then how this will play off. Let's first of all take a look at the tires, obviously, ladies and gentlemen.
Mediums for Speed Demon.
Mediums for everyone except Kuro. That is actually not that stupid, I should say, or that is actually pretty smart, I should say, because both McLaren are right behind each other. If they would both stick on the mediums, they would be very close to each other, I reckon, and would therefore have like difficulties at the pit stops. So I think it's a smart decision to split strategies here.
Well, but also it could lead into, because we know Kuro is not known also for his race pace that can challenge drivers like Small Connor, Aaron Gibbo, Overdrive, Speed Demon, but he may be that very well maybe not so thought out so intricately, but he may be that roadblock for overdrive with those hard tires. If he's able to hold on to positions and maybe hold on to overdrive's DRS, if they can work together, then he might be very useful for blocking the drivers behind from attacking overdrive and hindering his chase for the podium, which still would keep him well in this fight with Speed Demon.
Yeah, we're gonna find out now as the drivers now line up into positions. Speed Demon starting from pole once again, ahead of him, or behind we've got Aaron Gibbo, then the two McLarens, Overdrive and Kuro in the second row, and let's see what also Small Connor and More Leader can do in the third row, because that is also a good position for the start with the slipstream.
Indeed, the slipstream is quite strong, but we'll see what it can do. We'll see how it can affect as five lights are now out, and we are underway for the Mexican GP in GSR Tier 1 Season 15. Speed Demon with actually very good getaway, and Overdrive now challenging Aaron Gibbo for P2 position, may be able to dive around the outside of Speed Demon. Actually, Aaron Gibbo does that with a better line, and around the outside he goes with a better line. Here they fight side by side. Overdrive gets and the driver gets up on its wheels. That's a racing pulse of Sleazy. That was a crazy moment there. Overdrive defense. The top three hold on to their positions. Small Connor jumps ahead. Kuro losing massively on those hard tires with a very, very bad start. Now gets dived down the inside by a Mercedes of More Leader. Wasn't able quite to get there. Overdrive actually losing a position to Small Connor. Small Connor round the outside into the S section, going off the track a little bit. Will he be able to keep that? Yes, actually, he gets in front of Overdrive. Great move by Connor, but I think he got illegal overtake there as they now pile up. As Connor had to let Overdrive through, and they pile up, going almost 3 wide into the stadium section, with Connor harshly battling with the Aston Martin of Mafio. Very close battling, banging wheels, a lot of contact, and now Pearl actually is using all of that to hit advantage to dive down the inside of Mafio into the last corner, and Overdrive pulls away from this chasing pack as a lot of calamity goes upon Small Connor and Kuro as they fall a little bit down behind from their starting positions. Now Pearl trying to challenge Mafio for P4 position and maybe try to chase Overdrive as he does down the inside with a little bit of lockup. They make contact, and Pearl actually holds on to the position. Very nice move there, very nicely done. Kuro holds on to P6, but Small Connor now again with battle with More Leader and trying to More Leader around the outside with a very late braking. Great move, very clean one. Holds on to the position now, 8 behind, trying to attack Small Connor, but Small Connor doesn't give it up easily. I think some of them must have gotten some big front wing damages there, as they will struggle throughout the S section. Small Connor now, we see he's a little bit slow. I think he was the one who got affected as well, as 8 now is sitting right on his gearbox, trying to find a way past.
Yeah, that was a very exciting opening 2 laps of this race, and it's still going on. Here comes 8 into the stadium section, into the hairpin, going for the move on Small Connor, and yes, you're right, Matt. Small Connor does have wing damage on his front left end plate, and he is coming into the pits now as a result of that. Oh, wow. Yeah, okay, he retired somewhat in the pit lane at least. Jesus. So,
in the pit lane.
Yeah, first retirement of this race, but oh my god, what have we seen already? It's like chaos everywhere, so many fights happening all around the circuit right now. So many great fights, for example here, 8 and Assassin also very close together, and it's just like a 4-way fight basically with Gary behind as well, who tries to go for the move on 8 now. Oh, but can't quite make it here, and then we've got 8's teammate Lassie Boy also right behind. So yeah, very entertaining opening 2 of 3 laps of this race now, and yeah, let's see how the next laps have in store for us then. Oh, mistake from 8. Oh, massive oversteer. Oh, that's a massive crash. Oh, no. And the 2 Ferraris came together, and that's a DNF from 8, and a virtual safety car has been deployed.
I'm speechless. That's a very big mistake from Aid, and he spins right into the path of Larzy Boy, who now has massive wing damage. And actually, what will the drivers do? Speed Demon jumps into the pit lane to get rid of those mediums. They won't work too well, I think, on this track because the AWS services showed the projected strategy that the hards will probably work the best. Some people are staying out actually, such as Kuro, more leader, Assassin and Gary, but most people opt to pit. Actually, half of the grid stays out and half of the grid pits now. And that is Armiranda as well with 10-second time penalty, and Souls with a drive-through for speeding under safety car, virtual safety car, and we're already out. We're already racing, and now our front race runners find themselves at P9, 10, and 11. And they will have to carve their way through, as they will catch up to those guys quite quickly, as they are only 1.5, 2, 3 seconds away from this top 10 pack right now. That would be so interesting. But the big mistake, making the race for Ferrari much harder.
Yeah, definitely. That was a costly mistake for sure from 8. Yeah, very unfortunate that his own teammate was right in the trajectory of that line that 8 took there. Or that 8's car took, I should say. Yeah, very unfortunate, but yeah, this is what happens when you have such a big mistake in the early phases of the race. It could very well end in tears, and it definitely did for 8 and all the Ferrari fans out there that were hoping for a good result this weekend, which will be now much more difficult as only one car is in the race remaining now. And yeah, it's gonna be very difficult for Larzy Boy to catch up through the whole field, as we see Gary going for the move on Assassin, then down the inside into turn 1. Can't quite make it here. Little bit of a switchback, maybe for a better line for Gary then out of turn 3. Yes, he gets it. Now all the way down towards turn 4. Can he get him? Around the outside now, and I think he get him. Yes, so Gary now up into the provisional podium position. So maybe a good result for the Sauber team is inside again, but Assassin is not giving up that easy. Still right behind him. So hoping...
Sleazy also not giving up easily to Speed Demon, to our P2 in the championship right now. Even though Speed Demon has the pace advantage and much fresher tires, Sleazy right now is defending that position, so those drivers who find themselves in a favorable track position now won't give up those positions that easily, although now Speed Demon dives down the inside of Sleazy, pushes him out wide, pushes the V-Car driver out wide, but he dives down the inside again, trying to bite at Speed Demon back, but Speed Demon gets the better exit on better tires and tries to run away from Aaron Gibbo and get close to Jimbo, as Aaron now will start his own chase behind Sleazy, but actually he must worry about Overdrive, because Overdrive is coming down like a missile, using a lot of his battery and DRS, trying to get past Sleazy, maybe use the DRS to his advantage, gets past nicely, trying to use that to maybe get past Aaron Gibbo, but not this time. Aaron didn't allow it. Burl unfortunately spins out from a very good position so far. He did quite well in his debut so far, but he spins out, unfortunately, drops down a lot of positions. We have a lot of fights here now. Funny Waveband trying to find a way past Gary, perhaps. Gary goes out wide there, Funny Waveband. Oh, he gets wing damage. They make contact, then he gets wing damage, and now he's vulnerable to a hat behind of Jezza and Jimbo as well. They make it 3 wide, and Aaron Gibbo from the race leaders, the race leaders gets a penalty. But there's a lot of fighting here. Where to focus at?
Oh, there's Speed
Demon
Demon
down the inside of Jimbo now.
Where did he come from? Speed Demon just somehow magically made his way into this fighting group here and just passed all of them basically. Oh my god, yeah, very unfortunate for Funny Wave, but
Aaron Gibbo and Overdrive.
Oh my god, it's not stopping. It's just not stopping.
Oh, Aaron Gibbo with a big cut towards the inside, not letting Overdrive take that favorable line and using it to its advantage. That's in front of them. There's a big spin of Jezza. That was contact with Speed Demon. I think. Or
Yeah,
was
it
it the
was.
contact between
Yeah, it was
Jimbo and
definitely.
Jezza?
Oh my god, so much is going on here right now. This is the great race, but so much going on. So, oh my god. So
I cannot
Overdrive.
take a breath. I don't know.
Overdrive got past Speedyman with that. And
Yeah,
Aaron as
but
well.
it was Speedyman spinning Jezza around, right? Or
Yeah. Speedyman had a collision with Jezza. Not really sure what
and
happened there.
he
Oh!
lost that position
Gary!
again.
Gary in the wall!
Oh, Gary lost it. Oh my god, what's happening?
Oh
Chaos
my god.
in Mexico City. Chaos arises as there's no safety car this time round for Gary's collision with the wall. He only lost his front wing. Is able to continue, but there's a lot of fighting now. Speed Demon actually trying to get his championship rival using all of his battery. Will he be able to get it? Overdrive lost a couple of times to Aaron Gibbo. I think Speed Demon will be able to get it using all of his battery, wasting it perhaps, not saving it for the rest of the race, trying to take a look in the mirrors of Overdrive, but it's not enough for this trade yet.
Yeah, the fighting's just never stop. And Gary retired in the pit lane though, so that's fair. Thanks for that. As Overdrive, Speedyman still trying to put up pressure on Overdrive. Can't really push him into a mistake though. So yeah, very interesting that we've got all those three guys right here again. Quite impressive, I've got to say. There now. Aaron is 1 second behind Assassin. Assassin is 8 seconds behind Morleader, and Morleader 2 seconds behind Kuro. So they're roughly 10 seconds behind Kuro, which is quite impressive because they just pitted basically.
And now Aaron Gibbo will actually get close to Assassin, and he will probably get past him on the straight, or maybe try a dive down into the hairpin of the stadium section. No. He is waiting for the DRS, as he knows if he loses time here, he can be vulnerable to the DRS of Overdrive, as Overdrive gets really close there, and now all of them will be in a DRS train, will probably get past Assassin, maybe with the help of DRS, as Aaron does so. Let's see what Overdrive also, and in succession, Speed Demon is also able to dive down the inside with a small lockup. Assassin continues to fight it though, but Speed Demon has the tire and pace advantage, and he gets in front of Assassin, who is doing actually well, and he was fighting with Aid also. Once again, almost every race tradition now recently, as Mafia gets past his teammate Jimbo for P7 position. And they continue into the points paying position, actually doing quite well for the Aston Martin team that sits in P9 in the constructor standing so far.
Someone say my name.
Also retired.
Hey, hello. What happened, mate?
Oh,
Yeah, what happened there?
I'm gutted.
Quick
Absolutely
interview.
Gutted. So, what happened was on the just before the S section, I got on the grass. So that spun me around. I tried to regain traction. Tried probably about 3 or 4 times. When I finally did, I then got clattered into the side of. So that
By
was.
your teammate. How
I
disappointing must it be?
I don't even know who it was. To be
It was
honest.
Larsy Boy.
That just hurts even more.
Yeah.
That it was my own teammate that I basically killed. But
Yeah, here he is, Larsy Boy on the side of the road, but he did retire in the pit lane, so also
it's
fair
just
to him.
gutting. But you know it happens.
They
And,
get really close here.
and I've just got to try. What's the next race again? I can't. Oh, Suzuka. Yeah. Oh, good grief.
No, not gonna be better, you say?
No. Yeah, but obviously I'm cheering on my man Jimbo. He's doing alright at the moment, despite him not pitting. So.
Yeah, he has a bit stuff to do, but he is maybe able to salvage some points from this race, as he looks without trouble so far in this race, as well, most drivers cannot say that about their Mexico City Mexican Grand Prix so far. But Speed Demon, again, using his battery, trying to get close, but Overdrive very smartly using the DRS and the slipstream behind Aaron Gibbo to defend from Speed Demon, but now they actually made contact, which off-settled perhaps Overdrive. Maybe gave him some wing damage. No, nothing visible. But that was a close one for Overdrive. If he gets too close, he might get into trouble, not only with his front wing, but also with the stewards, perhaps, as Speed Demon is already most probably under the eye of the stewards as they get closer and closer to more leader, another driver to get past to in their conquest for their probable podium together.
Yeah, maybe a small update on the current driver standings between Overdrive and Speed Demon. Overdrive obviously gaining 2 more points than Speed Demon right now, but Speed Demon getting that extra point for pole position, so Overdrive would only gain 1 point on Speed Demon now, which would up the gap to 9 points just overall, so still very tight heading into the next race as more leader then heads into the pit lane now on lap 12 of 36. That leaves our 3 drivers here in P2, 3 and 4 at the moment. But obviously still Kuro staying out on those hard tires, and maybe he could have to play a role in here as well. Maybe he could help Overdrive get past Aaron here. We'll see. Obviously McLaren still fighting in the constructor, so wouldn't be worth maybe risking one driver.
But that could be actually a nice unintentional tactic change then for Kuro. If he is dedicated and he's able to help his teammate, he might help a lot, because he seems to be actually on a very, very good pace this race, not only in qualifying but on those hard tires. He is losing obviously, but he's still holding on to the position of one of the best midfielders, if not the best. I think he would come out around P6, P7, which would still be very strong points if he pits around now, but we'll see, because these drivers are closing in massively. But now actually those drivers that are giving us a great show so far in this race, salvaging maybe some of the chaos from the beginning. Now it leaves Aaron Gibbo without the DRS actually, and Overdrive gets really close here. Perhaps he might get a move on into turn 5 now, as he tries to get a better exit, turns on his DRS and uses some of his battery left. He is a bit too far now, but now is a chance for Overdrive to perhaps take this position on track from Aaron Gibbo, as we have more and more fighting here in the midfield. Funny wave band against Miranda, getting past the Williams driver. And the Williams driver goes actually a bit wide, and now is going to be vulnerable to Assassin going out onto the second straight.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, Assassin getting a better exit here now, and he easily gets past that Williams driver here. So Miranda losing 2 positions in just a couple of corners here actually, and Sleazy also waiting behind now for his opportunity, as we got yellow flags up the road. That probably was off Burl, I think, who might have a moment there through the S's, but he continues on driving, and although he had 2 big moments already, he's still doing strong in P6 there. Oh, but here it's getting very close. Speed Demon, maybe not close enough. Overdrive goes defensive to the inside line. Speed Demon has to tuck in behind. Getting close there, but no chance for any of them to go for the move. So yeah, pretty interesting constellation that we have on here right now. No one's really going for the moves, although Speed Demon tries to go for the move, I think, but he just can't get close enough to that McLaren.
I think Overdrive is pretty comfortable where he is, but then again I think he should get a move on, as does Assassin on Waveband. Gets up into this groups of couple of our midfield drivers. Miranda seems to be struggling a little bit. Sleazy now, as you mentioned, got closer and is within the DRS range of the other drivers. But I think Overdrive needs to get a move on a little bit, because he really gets pressured a lot by Speed Demon. and we know how, well, maybe not so desperate, but how good and calculated Speed Demon can be in his moves. So if he has a chance, he will go for it, as Overdrive actually got a couple of bad exits there in Sector 3 and fell back from the DRS by a couple of tenths again. It is helping Speed Demon, but still the DRS and the usage of the ERS battery is quite strong on this start-finish straight, which still helps Overdrive to defend. But it does seem like Aaron Gibbo is a tiny bit faster than Overdrive. At least for Sector 3, he's able to pull a pretty nice gap on him there. So we'll see the next lap as, again, they get very close, our championship contenders here. We'll see how it goes into lap 16 now.
Yeah. Yeah, I would maybe say that Overdrive might be running a little bit lower wings, as it seems like Aaron is gaining on him in the corners and Speed Demon is gaining on him on the corners. So Overdrive might be running a little bit less wings, so that could also be the reason why it is so difficult for Speed Demon to overtake him down the long straight, because obviously Overdrive is reaching incredible top speeds with that. Maybe we can take a look at it during this lap now. Let's see what the top speed is from Overdrive, and then we can take a look from Speed Demon as they head on to this long main straight here now for lap 16. Sorry. And obviously both having DRS and ERS. So Overdrive 349 it was. Getting a little bit low.
I've got Speed Demon 340. So a little bit lower.
Yeah.
Actually, for Speed Demon.
Yeah.
Couple of kilometers lower there, so it may be that Overdrive has pretty low wings, but it is helping him defend pretty well, as More Leader now is fighting with Burl for P6 position on track. Burl goes a little bit deep there, More Leader with a great switchback and now gets the inside line for the for turn 3, that is. And he's able to get past, and with the DRS from the detection section, is able to pretty finely defend against Burl and move up into P6, uncontended now. But it does get interesting, because I'm also thinking about strategies as they now get closer and closer to Kuro.
That's Burl out!
So Burl retires. Oh, that was a great opportunity to for Kuro to pit. And now he hasn't, and now the top 3 pit.
Speed Demon!
Speed Demon with a 10-second penalty for speeding in the pit lane. The curse is back, and it is hindering his run, as also they got quite closer on the entrance, so let's see who will exit. Speed Demon has waited out massively, actually. Oh, no, that was a lag, fortunately. So it still keeps them close. It is only a VSC. So now if Kuro does pit, it could be.
I don't know if it stays out long enough.
If his only pit stop, because now the top, well, the previous top 3 will have fresh tires.
Yeah,
but
I think Kuro has to go come in this lap.
With the one stop.
No, not really. He has to go into mediums. Remember, like.
Oh, mediums.
He is on hards right now, but I do still think that he has to come in now, because it is still like the best opportunity he got. So strategy says double medium and then 1 hard stint, so Kuro may be doing it the opposite. 1 hard and then 2 double mediums. Should be doable from now on.
Or maybe he wants to stretch those hard still, because it's quite realistic for him not to come in, actually, which I quite suspected, actually. Because I think if he can do so many laps on hards, he can do some 16-15 laps on mediums.
Yeah, fair enough. What I just mentioned, that Aaron had a great restart. Look at the gap, 2 seconds over Overdrive. That will
make it earnable for him. So is our another retirement, so we go up to 6 retirements already in this race.
Oh, here comes Speed Demon!
Though with DRS down the inside of Overdrive, they go side by side through here. Overdrive doesn't give it up, cuts in front of his front wing, shuts the door, but Speed Demon still holding on to the DRS, will maybe go for a dire move here down the inside. He has a look, but Overdrive defends quite well, and he's holding on to that position, but indeed it is 2 seconds now between him and Aaron Gibbo, but he is the only one with no penalties out of the 3 drivers, so that could make it spicy coming to the end of the race. A safety car could save Speed Demon's race, as he could pit then and serve his 10-second penalty, but now he's only thinking about getting past Overdrive on the track, as he is showing himself in every mirror, in every corner, and he's really close now through the hairpin, and I think now he will be uncontested and he will get past on this main straight, as Overdrive gets a really wide and bad exit, and it will be just a formality now for Speed Demon, as he will try to deliver it with this penalty looming over his head.
Yeah, great run there from Speed Demon, that's for sure, but obviously 10 seconds is a very big penalty for him, and yeah, he has to drive like magic rounds, magic lap times, if we want to get rid of that, if not for a safety car. So yeah, let's see how he will do. If he can stay ahead of Overdrive now will be the first question, first of all. So yeah, let's see. And I just saw GT Len asking in the Twitch chat, is a one stop possible? Matt, what do you say? I don't feel for Kuro now, for example. I'm not
like
too sure of it.
Actually. Well, if he made those hard work 20 laps now, then he might just, and with that VSC going out perfectly for the 3 provisional leaders that they could pit for new tires, I think it removes any chances for Kuro to get a podium, but a P5, P4 is still on the cards, and that would massively strengthen McLaren once again in the constructors, as Gary is already a retiree, and obviously Overdrive, if he delivers it with Kuro getting quite a nice result, it will pull them away from Sauber a little bit more.
Yeah, Len saying his hearts were on 50% after 13 laps, so if we put it up to 20 laps, they should be around
80, 75, I think.
Yeah, maybe. So Kuro didn't have to fight that much, to be fair. Like, he could really have saved those tires. So, yeah, 70%. I feel like 70% if he really managed those good. Like,
but he will be nearing puncture territory. But you know, the more like
yeah,
one lap he can get out of them, the better his mediums will be to fight with people like more leader Matthew and.
Yeah, obviously.
I think that's where he will come out around.
Yeah, because I
wow.
still think, yeah, he's doing 21 laps on those hards now, so he has to do 15 on mediums. That is that is still like a lot of laps for medium tires, I feel like.
That's doable,
maybe.
I think. I think that's doable.
Okay, what was this last time? Let's check it. Maybe 21.1 for
He's
Kuro.
doing quite consistent lap times in the 20s.
18.4. Nearly 3 seconds quicker.
But you know, let's not compare so much. The pace difference is also there. You know,
yeah, true. But still, like, I'm not sure. Obviously, like you said, he will be fighting somewhere around Matthew and more leader. He won't fall down all the way to Assassin, that's for sure. Maybe.
But yeah, if he comes out in front of Assassin with much fresher and better tires, I think he's able to get that to claw back to more leader and Mafio, and all of them are on no penalty, so it would be an even battle straight to the line. It might get spicy just at the end, but as might these, our leaders, our provisional leaders, as I call them so far, because any kind of safety car could get them closer and make this battle even more spicy, but actually we might see them battle it out like that, because Overdrive seems to have the pace to stick with Speed Demon, who has no DRS but who is catching massively to Aaron Gibbo now.
Yeah, indeed. I think Overdrive also, he is a smart driver. Like, he knows, first of all, Speed Demon has a penalty that won't get removed after the race, that's for sure. Speeding into the pit lane, there's no doubt that this is a penalty. So he knows he's safe as long as he stays within 10 seconds of Speed Demon. But also at the same time, I think he's just saving tires at the moment and ERS. Like, he's just driving with them. He's not really actively trying to overtake him now at some point. He's just playing it smart and saving tires and stuff. So, yeah, I think he's just very easily driving on, not risking much. So, yeah, let's see what happens now. As I mentioned, Speed Demon getting closer to Aaron now. And Aaron obviously gaining massively on Kuro now as well. So I think Kuro is coming in the next couple of laps. I don't think he can stay out much longer. But maybe he's also trying to slow Aaron and Speed Demon down to help his teammate. Who knows?
Yes, because he is able to escape the DRS. DRS close off Aaron, and actually some couple of laps ago Kuro had 90% of battery, and now he went down to 60, so he seems to want to defend that position kind of, and if he's able to hold on to just through that straight now, he's using all of his overtake, but he gets a very bad exit, and Aaron Gibbo is able to fly past him, but will Kuro attack dive down the inside maybe again? But behind him actually Overdrive is challenging Speed Demon. If it wasn't for Aaron getting that DRS from Kuro, it might have ended in Speed Demon actually overtaking Aaron, because he was getting massively closer. He seems to have the upper hand in pace, and Overdrive was playing it quite smartly. But now Kuro actually playing Sergio Perez, playing the team role and slowing down Speed Demon for Overdrive, it seems like. Speed Demon will try to dive down the inside. Kuro cuts a little bit, tries to maybe hold on to that position, now lets his teammate. So that might have helped him, because now Speed Demon is out of the DRS of Aaron Gibbo and is gonna be vulnerable if Overdrive can get a good exit. He doesn't get one. Speed Demon gets away for a couple of tenths, but will Overdrive maybe try to attack? I think he's not. Speed Demon using all of his battery, desperately trying to defend, and Overdrive actually is getting closer and is diving down the inside, and they again go side by side. They make a little bit of contact, I think, there. But Overdrive still sticks with him and will have the DRS, will be really close now between them. He's trying to go for the inside, he gets pushed almost into the grass, but they make contact again with Speed Demon, who goes a little bit wide but is able to defend his position. Overdrive can't get a better exit than Speed Demon, with a little bit harsh defending, desperate defending even, is able to continue onwards in front of Overdrive. Just a small update on Kuro, he is in front of Assassin and he's 12 seconds away from more leader. With much fresher tires, perhaps a pace advantage. It's not bad actually, I think.
More information on Kuro. He put in Twitch chat, he just got a puncture on the last lap before heading into the pits. So that was maybe the reason why he got so much off track there into the stadium section. He just got a puncture heading into the pit lane. So yeah, that was definitely the right call to go into the pits on that lap.
Yeah, it's just like me getting a puncture in Monza, but able to hold on his positions, you know. But he did try. It seems like the plan was actually to slow down Speed Demon, because in the SS he was significantly slowing down. Well, maybe not fully intended plan, but it seemed like the plan almost worked. As actually I'm noticing the Aston Martin of Mafio is getting closer and closer to our P2 and P3 in this race.
Yeah, that's quite impressive, I've got to say. Although we have to say that those guys ahead of Mafio, they were fighting a lot now. They had Kuro in there holding them up massively, so that probably also played a role. But nonetheless, Mafio has a very quiet and calm race behind them. So fair play to him, and he's also still gaining quite a lot of time actually, in fact.
Yeah, and,
He's nearly
and
within
Kuro,
DRS now.
Yeah, and Kuro also has gained 4 seconds already on more leader within like 2-3 laps. So if he's able to hold onto that pace, it is definite that he will clinch P5 in this race if nothing changes, obviously. So that will give a good boost for McLaren, around probably 10, 15 more points to get them away from Sauber in the championship standings, maybe even more. As we have a small battle here between Fanny Waveband and Jezza, which unfortunately these drivers are not battling for points, as Jezza goes a little bit off track there. Assassin now also pits, so he will fall a little bit down as Jimbo actually jumps up to P7, which I think would make it his best finish, I think, of this season. Which would be quite impressive if he can deliver those hearts home. They are quite old, but 10 laps more, he will be stretching it into the puncture territory. It might be tight. Meanwhile, Jezza going back at Fanny Waveband on the straight. If they get one more retirement in front of them, or if they're able to close into Sleazy, they will fight for a point. Right now, though, this very nice battle with a little bit of BTCC contact is for nothing, unfortunately. But it's quite nice to watch. As Fanny Waveband now dives down the inside of Jezza again and actually gets a very nice clean move. Jezza perhaps with a better exit there, not quite able to get the switch back, although here he's quite close to the double right-hander. But a better exit is on the Alpine's driver's side, and he is able to hold on to 11.
Yeah, great fighting spirit though here at the back of the grid. Unfortunately, small mistake there from Waveband, or a little bit of little snap of oversteer there, but no problem for him to save the car there. So this battle continues then on to the next lap as well. Great to see those guys still fighting here. And let's see then as we head into lap 27 now of this race. So round about 10 laps to go. Seems like Waveband Jezza can come back on Waveband here, taking the position again into turn 1 here. Although Waveband might challenge him back there, not quite able to do so. So Jezza then back into P11 now, and Waveband maybe going for the attack again into turn 4. He's using ERS, tucking in right behind Jezza there. Now pulling out to the outside or the inside. To the inside, here comes Waveband then. Again, good move, clean fighting here. Might be a little bit rough, but nonetheless they leave each other enough room. And Jezza stays ahead for now, it seems.
Best battle of the race is for P11, as Fanny Waveband almost got close enough there to dive down the inside of Jezza. As both of them are actually almost being lapped. So that's quite funny to see almost lapped drivers providing one of the best battles so far in this race. Mafio's pace seems to have stayed though, with overdrive, using the DRS to his advantage to hold on to Speed Demon's back. As Speed Demon seems to have the pace advantage on the McLaren driver a little bit, but the DRS is helping a lot. Now though, Aaron Gibbo has built a nice advantage in front of him, and actually it is over 3 seconds now. So if Overdrive doesn't get a move on, it will be a second straight win for Aaron Gibbo. As it stands, it would put Overdrive in P2. And actually that 10 seconds penalty will send Speed Demon plummeting down to P4 as it stands. So we'll see. Also Kuro, worth mentioning, is almost on the back of more leader. So that will get interesting as Speed Demon now gets a 3-second penalty, so that puts him up to 13. If Kuro gets a big move on, it might end even worse for Speed Demon as we get into the final couple of laps of this race.
Yeah, obviously, I don't really want to say it, but the curse seems to be real. Once again, Speed Demon taking pole position, and he just can't convert it into the victory. So unfortunate at all. Like, he is doing so good. He is still in the championship fight, but, you know, he just can't, like, get all those crucial points for the championship. Like the winning points. Those are such a huge boost, especially in a phase like this, where you could gain 7 points potentially on your rival. Like, this could really change the standings, actually. But yeah, Speed Demon just, I don't know what it is, he just can't get the wins. Somehow always something gets in the way of him. Today, obviously, it's the big penalty, 10 seconds speeding into the pit lane that he got himself there. But yeah, very unfortunate for him.
Speaking of penalties, could we actually look at penalties?
Yeah, sure.
As Kuro will most definitely get past more leader, who is trying to defend, but with such tire advantage, going round the outside even shouldn't be a problem, and
so.
it is not, as more leader respectfully leaves the space for Kuro, and Kuro will use the DRS to pull away. And now, as I was mentioning, he might have a chance to maybe chase down Speed Demon with those penalties, as we go back to Funny Waveband and Jeddah again at it through Sector 3, side by side. They go, almost making contact right on the edge, but they stick with it. I just wanted to see, because it's even more insignificant. Jeddah has 15 seconds of penalty compared to Waveband's 3, but they're still just giving it all, and really, I think, just battling for fun, and it really gives a nice show. It shows, because we're getting one of the most fun battles. As Funny Waveband goes wide, and Jeddah goes past. But now, here, a battle for P2 is brewing on the track, as Overdrive is very close to Speed Demon again. And now will he be able to attack again down the inside? He goes maybe, but Speed Demon breaks really late and does make it within the boundaries of the racing line. But battling like this will slow them down and make them fall back, perhaps down to Mafio. As the penalty look, yeah, it gives around 20 seconds to Kuro from Speed Demon, so Kuro would have to gain 7 seconds, and he seems to be losing. But he was on track a little bit to get, perhaps get in front Speed Demon in an alternate universe, as Jessa gets another penalty. But he will probably try down the inside again of Waveband, as will probably Overdrive now. 6th behind, going onto the straight. Speed Demon using it all, desperately defending, but it's just not gonna be enough this time out.
Yeah, there's nothing much that Speed Demon could do, really. Let's see, as those two Jeddah and Waveband still fighting, and it seems like it's getting increasingly intense here. The fight between those two, and there's a contact, big contact for Waveband as he tries to go around for the move around the outside. It seems like he lost the car on the braking into turn 4, actually. Sliding there into the side of Jeddah. Yeah, and he got wing damage because of that. So I think this fight is now over. Not sure if Waveband can come back from that. Yeah, very unfortunate end to this race.
This is interesting to our battle for P2 and P3 and P4, because now those two back markers will obviously right now give the DRS to Aaron Gibbo. But how will that look for Mafio? Because if I'm just looking at how the track is constructed, Overdrive and Speed Demon might get past them in the middle sector, which could allow for Mafio to get a detection point and get the DRS and to maybe close in by a couple of tenths, which could get him within the DRS of Overdrive, as they actually don't care about Aaron Gibbo behind, and they continue fighting side by side, a little bit more intense. It did give Aaron Gibbo some DRS from what I'm seeing, yes indeed. So they are. So Aaron Gibbo pulls even more away from our two challengers, as they still battle side by side, making more and more contact. And now indeed the chasing pack behind Aaron Gibbo is getting close to those back markers and will get past them through this middle sector probably. But let's see, because if they give DRS to... oh, more leader actually pitted. That's an interesting decision. He will get past Jimbo probably. But Jimbo still holding on strongly to the P6. As we have this battle still brewing in the back marking world, with Speedyman caught up in those ghosts, shadows of his past failures probably, or something like that. But that does give a little bit of breathing room for Speedyman and also for Overdrive, as they both can pull away from each other, and the Aston Martin of Mafio, as the gap has now grown into more than 2 seconds over the chasing car of Aston Martin. So that has helped Speed Demon a lot, and that has helped Overdrive a lot.
Yeah, but
As they are
still
still at it.
Yeah, but still, nonetheless, Mafio would be on a run for P2 right now still. He would gain the position of Speed
because
Demon. And Aaron Gibbo also got 6
another
seconds.
penalty.
Yeah, Aaron Gibbo's
I
on
didn't
6
notice where he got
seconds.
the second penalty.
Oh,
my god.
he does have it for quite a while now, actually. But still.
I thought he still had the 3 seconds. Oh my god.
Yeah, no. So currently Overdrive obviously running for the win here right now. And Mafio for P2. Aaron Gibbo would only drop down to P3 in fact. So quite a huge result for both Overdrive obviously and Mafio, as Overdrive will gain at least or roughly 10 points of Speed Demon. This could be huge actually.
But Speed Demon would fall down to P4. So on Kuro he would be only gaining 2 points. And then you would have the additional 25 points on Overdrive. So McLaren would be gaining 23 points bar pole position for Speed Demon. So 22 points on Zauber, which would be a huge boost for McLaren, as the back markers I think got so intense that they made some big contact there and caused a yellow flag in Sector 1. Fortunately, well, maybe not, so not a safety car, because a safety car would make it quite interesting. But we do go into the last couple of laps of the race, as More Leader claims the fastest lap from Speed Demon, taking 1 point away from the Zauber's driver's tally. And I don't think much can change now. Speed Demon could appeal his 10-second penalty, because we didn't see what happened. Maybe he got massively outbroken by Aaron Gibbo or Overdrive around him, or brake checked or something randomly. Something happened there that might be a mitigating factor, but right now it looks a bit dire again on Speed Demon, as with a win Overdrive would gain 13 points on him, if I'm counting it well, so that would make the gap go up to
13? Wait, what?
21 points. Well,
Oh,
25
yeah.
compared to 12.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but Speed Demon got pole position points, so only
1
12
point,
points.
yeah.
And fastest lap is for
No,
More Leader at the
he,
moment, yeah.
More Leader just took it. Yeah, I was talking about that. So it would be 20 points then, the gap.
Yeah,
Still
exactly.
not bad. 2 races to go.
Yeah, but that only
That wouldn't
means
be
that,
bad, but-
Overdrive would need to score 5 more points on Speed Demon next week in Japan.
7.
7, yeah,
A couple
you're right,
more,
you're right.
Actually, 9, because... Well, 7 after Japan, yeah, because
Yeah,
only...
7 points
27
needs to be the gap after Japan. Which is definitely doable. Like, Overdrive only needs a win. And Speed Demon could come home in P2. And then obviously a couple of things with pole position and fastest lap points could play a role. But that's basically it. As we come through the final corner now, in fact, Aaron Gibbo crosses the line in P1. But it's gonna be Overdrive who's taking another win home ahead of Aaron Gibbo then, and Mafio only P3. Something happened to Mafio on the last lap there.
Lost a little bit of time, 6 tenths away from Aaron
Oh,
Gibbo
yeah.
and his penalty, so couldn't quite make it, but Kuro delivers an amazing P5 for McLaren. Kuro, since joining McLaren, has been delivering amazing results, and I think this could be a big boost and a big one finger or maybe even a hand on the Constructors' Championship.
Yeah, exactly.
More leader gets P6, and Jimbo, correct me if I'm wrong, with his best result of the season in P7. I will just quickly check that actually. Jimbo, 6 points is for P7, right?
Yeah.
So he repeats his result from his home race in Great Britain, which is, I'd say, quite amazing, and it will jump him up. I think, one position in the Drivers' Championship. But anyways, enough about Jimbo. Enough about our previous and current admins. Let's soak in that podium compiled of Overdrive, who must be happy to not see Speed Demon up here with him. Just outside of the podium. Speed Demon must be gutted, but we might hear of him if Mafio is not able to speak, but let's hope he will be able. And Aaron Gibbo claiming another great result and showing he can be a threat to a championship fight.
Alright, let's get to... Right, sorry. So here we have the full results then, guys. Oh, great. There we go. A lot of DNFs today, unfortunately. Alright.
Wait, sorry?
Did
What
Overdrive did Overdrive or did a one stop or two stop? I think he did a two stop.
Two stop because of the pit stops.
Yeah.
All of the top three did two stop.
Kuro saying mediums were on 88% at the end. Jesus.
Wow. Amazing race from Kuro then.
Yeah. All right, nice. We've got everyone in. That's good. All right, hello guys. Then we can start off immediately. All right then. We first of all, guys, thanks for joining. My God, that was quick. I'm not even prepared. Make sure your microphones are working. Yeah. Welcome to the post-race interviews for the GSR Season 15 Mexican Grand Prix Round 10. And as usual, we start off with our third place finisher, which was Mafio in the end. Yeah, so first of all, great result for you. Thanks for being here. P3 in the end, nearly was P2, but nonetheless a good podium result. How does that feel?
Yeah, I mean, first race in the league, so I'm happy with that. Yeah, it was a bit of a sticky start, but I managed to blast my way through, and obviously, virtual safety car, I pitted early for the hards, and then it was a long stint on the second one, but fortunately, I didn't have the pace to catch up with the other two in front of me. I just didn't have the pace, and then by the time we got to the end of the stint, my rear tyres were gone, and then that mistake on the last lap in the S section just lost the car, and then yeah, that cut 6 tenths off B2, so my mistake, but I think he's going to get removed anyway, so probably wouldn't have got it anyway, but I'll happily take it.
Yeah, and how challenging was it for you to jump straight into such a competitive field that we've had here today?
Yeah, I had to wait my way through, so top group is definitely a hard to catch, so I definitely need to harder for next time to get those guys for the last couple of races.
Yeah, and did you feel like there was more to get than P3 today? Obviously, P2 in the end was very close, but did you feel you could have done something differently to aim for P2 in terms of raw speed, or maybe even the win? Or do you think like P3, P2 in the end was everything that was possible today?
I think raw speed was probably the max I could get out of it. To be honest, I made a couple of mistakes just during the trying to catch up to the cars in front. Realistically, I was pretty much neck and neck on pace on them. But I think apart from that, I mean, I got stuck with the Alpine for a little bit in the first couple of stints. Had a bit of a moment with him, but I feel like I was turned in, but probably lost me a bit of time. Apart from that, I think was probably maximum I probably got about out of my where I started.
Yeah, all right. Matt, you've got any questions?
No, I'm good. At that.
No, so sorry, Matt, my co-commentator.
Yeah, I think that's
Is your name
Wait,
also Matt?
wait. Are you mad also?
Say that again. Sorry.
Are you also named Matt?
Yes.
Ah,
Oh my
so
God.
we have three.
No
So we have three Matts here.
freaking way.
Oh dear. Okay.
3 mats now.
Call me there
Three
then.
Matts.
So I'm out.
Nice. Well, my name is a bit different because I'm Polish, so my name is Mateusz, but it's Matthew in British, in English.
Yeah.
But in my high school class, I had 3 other guys with the same name as me, so that's that fits.
I had a class in
So
college once with 10 people, and 3 of us were called Matt. Don't worry, the same boat here.
God.
yeah, my question would be, well, why are you called Matt? I guess.
I hope it's cool to be.
No, but like I guess my question would be because we've had some nice influx of drivers. I think you also came over from ETSR, right? I assume.
Not really, to be honest. I think I just
No,
got picked
okay,
on the servers. I don't think so.
nice.
No, I don't recognise it.
But we've had some drivers recently joining Tier 1, having a great race, and then not racing the next race. And I want to ask you, are you motivated? Do you see this league as something that you would want to continue?
It's one of those things. Got 2 more races left. I've got no reason not to race. So I'll take these last 2 races, and then I'm going
next
into the next season. And the next season, I'll see how it goes. Probably, most likely. See, so yeah.
Nice, good to know that then. That will be all from me then. Thank you very much and congrats on your P3.
Yeah, same from me. Thanks for your time. Congrats, and yeah, good luck then next week in Suzuka.
Nice. Thank you very much. I'll see you next week.
Yeah, all right. And yeah, we move on with that to our second place finisher, Aaron. First of all, welcome to the post-race interviews. Congrats on the podium. Yeah, little bit unfortunate. P2 today. Be honest, how satisfied are you with that result now?
So I bottled and I got 1 too many track limit penalties. Well, until lap 22, I was gonna get my penalty removed, but then I just kept on getting more warnings, and yeah, I kind of bottled the win again, because I actually felt I had quite good pace, and then I thought I was gonna get P3, but then the Aston Martin spun, so P2 is alright, I guess.
Yeah. Did you feel like or just maybe phrase it differently? How tricky was it to manage your tires and concentration around a track like this?
The tires were fine, to be honest with you. I ended on like 50%. The tires lasted ages, but it was more just keeping it on the track, which evidently I didn't do very well.
Yeah, all right. And after a strong performance or performances recently, how important was it to keep scoring so big points now in this race as well? Like how important is it for you to score those big points? Although the championship might be out of reach, but how good is it for your confidence that you still score at the podium again?
Yeah, I mean, it's good for confidence. For next season if I'm gonna race full time. I'll see when it falls with exams and all that, but going into the next season, I'm certainly feeling more confident.
Yeah, all right. And what are your goals now heading into the next 1 or 2 races after the good performances recently?
I'm feeling quite good because it's two of my best tracks, so I'm quite confident now.
Yeah, all right. Matt, on to you. Got anything left to ask?
I'm wondering, because you asked about continuing racing and racing next season, right?
No,
Yeah.
I didn't ask anyway.
So well, more so like connected to that, but I would ask, like with those performances, do you think you could have battled for the championship here if you raced since race 1, or at least race 2, race 3, or whatever? Because you seem to be able to just get in front all of those races, just
Yeah.
sometimes getting some penalties. So do you think you could have battled for a championship here, perhaps?
I mean, yeah, definitely. I feel like I could have with recent performances, but yeah, I mean, the start of the season, the tracks didn't look very good for me, so I don't know how they would have went. But yeah, I feel like I definitely would have been up there.
Matt, is that all from you as well? Everything you wanted to know?
Yes. My headphones died for a moment. Yes.
Yeah. All right then.
Congrats on the P2, of course.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, from me too then, Aaron. Thanks for the time. Congrats on the podium, and yeah, good luck next week in Japan.
Yep, thank you.
All right, and we move on to our race winner, of course, last but not least, Overdrive. Welcome to the interviews. Congrats at the podium and congrats on the win once again. Yeah, it's been quite some time now since you've been on the top step of the podium. How tough was this race for you from start to finish?
Let alone the top step of the podium. I haven't seen the top fives in a month,
Yeah, true. Fair enough.
which feels insane. It feels great to be back and to get a win at this point in the season is so huge. Firstly, I'd like to say an insanely big thank you to Kuro for the work he did as a teammate today. I can't forget that. And obviously, good job to Matt on his P3 and Giver for controlling his race and Speed Demon as well. But yeah, the last few races have put me in an insanely tough spot. Coming into today, I saw Speed Demon's lap of a 14-1, and I was like, this isn't gonna be easy, is it? But yeah, coming to the race, I was confident. I felt like I knew what I had to do to win. I had my strategy sorted and everything. I felt prepared. Luck wasn't really on my side into the first chicane. And then small corner, just like I don't really know what happened, but he got damaged and then retired. But yeah, me and his battle cost us DRS, and it put me in a very bad spot after that. So a lot of the first part of the race was just playing catch up, and then I saw the Gibbon Speed Demon just get penalties. And initially, I just wanted to test Speed Demon to see if he had crack under any pressure, but then we started losing the 3-second gap to Gibbo. So then I just sat in none pretty much the whole race, just like tried to let Speed Demon do his thing and catch up. And then he got the 6 seconds, so it fell into my favor perfectly. And yeah, win number 5 or something of the season. So
5 for this,
good.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right. And with the championship title, fight, tightening up, how much did you focus on controlling the race rather than pure pace?
Yeah, a lot of today's race was just about being in control and not making mistakes. a very huge part of that came from when we pit on lap 4. I think it was lap 4 or lap 3 when there was that VSC. But coming back through, lap cars, well, not lap cars, but traffic which you're faster than, it's hard because, any single moment you can get damaged, you can get hit. And that's what cost Speed Demon the positions that he lost today. So yeah, today was just honestly about minimizing the mistakes I'd made and just maximizing the result I could get. With Gibbo being the driver he is, I knew that once he gets control of the race, it's going to be hard to take it off him. So a lot of it was just trying to make sure that the points I lose to Speed Demon or I gain on Speed Demon are minimized. And yeah, that's what happened. So yeah, very happy.
Yeah, Matt, you got questions?
Well, again, my headphones died a little bit. I didn't listen too well to this, so I don't know what was said. But, well, I could just ask a simple question. How confident do you feel you can clinch the championship now? Perhaps even in the next race?
I plan on clinching it in the next race. It's just me and Speed Demon left, so yeah, it's just a case of maximizing the advantage I have, not taking too many risks. Obviously do know there's a lot of points up for grabs, 25 points for a win, and Speed Demon in his damn pole positions getting a 3 point every time. But yeah, I'm a lot more confident than I was after Monza, so that's my answer.
I see. Well, I think honestly that rounds it off for me. Just a calm and collected drive from you, and honestly, well done on that, and well done on the win.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I've got one more question that I just came up with. Overdrive. Looking now at the standings overall, obviously, you mentioned you and Speed Demon being the only one left in the title fight now. There's still anything can happen in the last 2 races, and let's assume Speed Demon would take the title and you would come home in P2 at the end in the standings. Is that still something you would be happy about? Because obviously in a league in a season with so many drivers, being P2 is still a very good result. So would you still be happy with that, or is it now at this point where you say like, I've been leading this championship for such a long time now. I've been leading it heading into the last 2 races with a good gap. I really want to win now, and that's all that matters now. And I would be pretty unhappy if I don't win it now.
Coming into the season, I didn't think I'd be fighting for points. I didn't know if I had the pace. And then Australia happened, and apart from qualifying after Australia, when Speed Demon obviously got his pole point, I've led the championship every single race. So I'm at a position now where I really want to win the championship. And a lot of things have sort of not gone in my favor. Like Bahrain, I got spun out after the last safety car. Obviously, my wheel disconnected in Monza. That's 50 points right there. And it could have been done in Texas maybe, but yeah, at this point it's all about winning it. I'm not really thinking about getting second. Obviously, if I do end up getting second, Speed Demon's been great all season. To turn around a 46-point deficit in around 5 races is insane to do. But yeah, the only goal is to win, and that's all I want to think about. So yeah, if I don't, I'll be very disappointed. But yeah.
Yeah, all right. I can definitely understand that. But yeah, wanted to hear from you. But yeah, all right. Thank you then. That's everything from me as well. So once again, thank you for your time. Congrats on the podium and the win, and see you next week in Suzuka then.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we come to an end of round 10, GSR season 15, tier 1. That was a very interesting race at Mexico. I really enjoyed that. Matt, your final thoughts of this race?
Yeah, that was well, perhaps quite chaotic at the end, but the track did provide some great battles there. And well, as we mentioned at the beginning, another turnaround, small turnaround in the championship as the gap swings back in Overdrive's favor once again. But nonetheless, thank you for tuning in, people, and thank you for leading that host. So you can have the final word, and I will say bye bye.
Yeah, I definitely can't wait to what Suzuka has in store for us. Make sure to tune in for that as well next week then. Same time, same place for the second last round of GSR Season 15. But don't forget Tier 2 on Friday as well when we take on Suzuka with another set of great drivers. Hopefully we're gonna have an amazingly epic race as well there. I'm Soren, on my side was Matt. We hope you have a good evening and see ya guys next time. Bye bye.